Okay. いきます。Okay. Candy sits alone in her room. It is late at night. The dim glow of her laptop illuminates her completely bare... What does this say? Bare of glasses? What? Bereft of glasses face? A curious device sits between her and the screen. It is a binaural microphone, heavily reinforced after the last one was destroyed in a freak ear-numbing incident. Chat is rambunctious as usual. One of the viewers is in the middle of a super chat rainbow, and Candy is pretending to be upset by this in order to encourage them. What? I'll be right back. ちょっと電話が来ましたので、ちょっと待ってくださいね。Wait. Hello? This better be important. Huh? Right now? I'm in the middle of streaming. I can be there by morning. Okay. じゃあね。バイバイ。Shit! I forgot to mute myself. That was just, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, it seems like, I have something to, attend to. So, yeah, turns out I can't stream right now. I forgot about something. I have to go. I will try to make it to the next stream. Yeah, this is awkward. So, I'm sorry, Nate. Yeah, I don't know, this is... ちょっとね、いきなり電話が来ちゃって、実はちょっと、用事が入っちゃったんですよ、今。行けなくちゃいけないんで。Yeah, so, got to go. I'm sorry. I will see you in the next one. Yeah. Candy closes the laptop and stands up. She fumbles for the light switch for a few seconds, then squints as her room is flooded with fluorescent light. Carefully stepping between the shards of broken mirror glass littering the floor, she makes her way to a bright orange plastic case affixed to the wall. She brushes aside some stuffed animals and pops open the case, revealing its contents. Pink sunglasses, a contact lens case, a pen light, a box of ammo, and a bright pink Heckler and Koch? Mark, M-A-R-K, Koch 23 with 2 standard magazines. Dun dun dun. Hokkaido, 5:30 a.m. A woman sits on a rock next to the lazy Kushiro River. She has long red hair and bright green eyes. 3 pairs of white feathered wings sprout from her back, and the glowing circle floats softly above her head. The wretched screaming of red-crowned cranes echoes over the marshland. The woman stares into the open locket in her hand as she absent-mindedly polishes the sword in her lap. The absolute beast of a weapon has a blade length of over 100 centimeters, every inch embossed with intricate rune work. The Euro swords imported Damascus steel core makes it more than capable of shattering any katana in a direct clash. The 22-centimeter grip is wrapped with sturdy strips of goat leather that have been dyed a deep burgundy. The ends of the angled crossguard are adorned with metal wings that boast delicate feather engravings. The dark brown sheath sits to the side, its leather cured from the 7th calf of Jack McConnell's prized Highland cow. The entire claymore weighs 2.5 kilograms and glows with faint magical energy. Her dress is white. A streak of light appears in the sky before abruptly arcing earthward. The woman swiftly snaps the locket closed, sheathes her sword, and rolls behind a rock. Just in time to avoid an explosion of grass and mud. As the glow fades, Rinetto Candy rises from a crouch and stands in the newly formed crater, backlit by the rising sun. She is holding an absurdly large paper cup of bean juice. She downs all 2 liters of black liquid in one swig. She carefully flattens the empty paper cup and stows it in her dress pocket. Remember that littering in national parks is a capital offense, or it should be, and please don't litter. Thank you for coming to my public service announcement. Now back to the fanfic. The woman stands up from behind the rock, sheathed blade resting on her shoulder and locket hanging safely from her neck. She speaks with the smooth confidence of a trained warrior. Candy. Her eyes trace languidly over the new arrival as she stalks forward. The magical girl is wearing her normal clothing, with the distinct addition of a pair of bright red rubber boots. Your attire is sufficient. She looks off into the horizon. We will need to walk the rest of the way so that we are not seen. She turns her head back. I trust you did not come unarmed? Candy raises an eyebrow and smirks. She unholsters her MK-23 and pulls the magazine out halfway. The vertical opening in the back reveals a neatly packed row of bright pink bullets. The blue primer glowing faintly in the morning light. 45 ACP Magatech 230 grain bonded. She snaps the mag back into the grip, loaded with 0.06 teaspoons of the finest Canadian fire sugar. She racks the slide and catches the ejected round, which bears a red, flowing pattern tip. The projectile, she holds it up, is forged from calcified jawbreaker. With practiced motion, she ejects the magazine, loads the bullet into the top, and reinserts. Capable of putting a hole in anything, so long as there are no magic suppressing effects in the area. She abruptly turns to the seraphic woman and dons a wide smile. You said we were hunting an oni? I would bring nothing less. The woman smiles. I'm glad to have your assistance. She runs a thumb over her locket. This demon will pay for what it's done. Dun 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 dun. The pair make their way through the lush wetlands. As they approach their destination, the green grass turns progressively grayer, and the alder trees close in. The stinking, slimy earth clings to their legs with every uphill step. Candy brushes aside a stray branch. Oni usually try to stay hidden. What gave this one away? The redhead takes a barefoot step over a gnarled root. I have been hunting this one for the past year. It is a tricky sort, but there has been a recent change to its behavior. In the past week, 5 tourists have turned up dead. Their skin was peeled off and their livers removed. In one case, a child had their eyes completely drained of fluid. It is no longer trying to conceal itself. The Oni must be desperate. The woman pauses, staring at the unnaturally steep incline ahead of them. Desperate, she clenches her fists, or confident. She flaps her wings once and lands on top of the incline. We are here. The perfectly circular clearing is approximately 50 meters in diameter. The rigid, leafless trees lean in from all sides. The ground is thick with foul mud and littered with the bones of various animals. At the center of the clearing stands a peculiar structure, tall and thin. Its scavenged wooden planks are tied together with dried grass. The only hint of careful craftsmanship is the symbol of a crescent moon carved in the rotting door. The 2 intruders stand a short distance from the structure. Candy is pointing her weapon directly at the door, while the woman is crouching, one hand on the hilt of her sword, the other on the sheath. Candy lightly squeezes the trigger, a hair's breadth from firing. The woman beside her flexes her wings in anticipation. A bead of sweat drips down Candy's brow. The swordsman keeps her eyes fixed forward. Did you get him? The perforated door frames collapses into splinters as a hulking green figure steps out. Well, not exactly the entrance I had in mind. His tunic is shredded, but there is no sign of blood. It were a nice try. Unfortunately for you, through repeated exposure, I've developed an immunity to bullets. I don't know. Okay. Candy stares helplessly at her gun. She hears a snarl beside her. You bastard! You will pay for what you have done! The woman unsheaths her blade, revealing a furious blue flame across the length. The ogre opens his arms and taunts the woman across the 10 or so meters between them. What's this? You trying to hit me with the sword technique? This summon you learned in angel school. This summon you... Nate, I can't read what you're writing. She smirks. Actually, she says, hurling the sheath over the obese monster and gripping her claymore with 2 hands, I learned this from anime. The ogre barely has time to let out a confused "What?" before the seraph flickers out of view. His head snaps around, finding her landed in a crouch a short distance away from him. He frantically pats his torso, finding it intact. You missed. Did I? She replies, absentmindedly catching the sheet. Yeah, you didn't get me. I'm completely unarmed. If you'd hit me, I'd be cleft a twain. I'd be cleft a twain. Therefore you missed? We'll see about that. The woman smiles and turns her back to the ogre. She begins to sheath the blade to the hilt. Suddenly, a meaty fist closes over the woman's hands, stopping them an inch away from the fully sheathing sword. She feels a hot breath of stinking onions on her left ear. Did you really think I haven't watched anime? I don't know what accent that was supposed to be. What was that? I don't know. Okay. Did you really think I haven't watched anime? The woman freezes, eyes wide. Oh, you watch anime? What is your favorite? JoJo. The ogre buries his free fist up to the elbow in her back, donutting the woman's torso. Blood spurts from her mouth as she chokes out a cry. Oh, I'm gonna take my time with you. He reaches up with Oh no. He reaches up with his slick, gore-drenched hand and clamps it over her face. Her bones begin to creak. And once I'm done, I'm gonna move on to that pink friend of yours. I'm gonna have fun with her. Not if I have fun with you first! Renetto Candy rushes forward, dexterously striding across the slippery earth. She has her foot-long penlight raised, the taper pink end held steady, like a viper ready to strike. She rapidly approaches the otherwise occupied ogre, then thrusts forward towards his exposed, defenseless... I don't think I can read the rest of this sentence on YouTube. How should I reword this? Nate, why did you write this? I can't read it on YouTube. Okay, let's just say that I did something very say-so and distracting, okay? In the brief opportunity this allows her, the swordswoman finally sheaths her claymore. The green menace instantly falls apart into small cubes of flesh, as though finely diced by a 5-star Michelin chef. The seraph collapses. Oh no! Candy is kneeling beside the fallen figure, firmly clasping her hand. The woman looks up through glassy eyes. It's a good thing you were able to bonk the Oni on the head with your penlight when you did. She smiles mirthlessly. I almost did not make it. Candy says nothing. How bad is it? Candy briefly glances at the gaping hole in her torso, her expression neutral. The woman blinks. Forget I asked. She sips. Oh no, it's a sad scene. I can't laugh. She shifts slightly and lets out a pained hiss. Oh God. Okay. Okay. She shifts slightly and lets out a pained hiss. It seems I am unable to move my arms. Could you do me a favor? Anything. Show me the locket. I want to see it one last time. Candy nods. Her eyes are damp, but through blurry vision, she manages to hold the locket open while gently cradling the dying woman in her lap. She stares up at the locket. I did it. He's finally dead. You're safe now. She turns her glossy green eyes to the magical girl leaning over her. A tear falls on her face. Oh, Candy, do not cry. I am just going back to heaven. No, you can't die. Who's gonna hunt demons with me? Who am I gonna show off my cool gun to? Who? Shh, Candy. I do not have much time. I have to tell you something. Come closer. 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 Poggers. Candy sits up. The seraph grins. Take care of this sword for me. Her body fades away, leaving behind the claymore, a muddy dress, and a locket. Candy sits there for a while, staring at the blood on her hands. The shrill squawking of a red-crowned crane echoes through the tree line, breaking the girl out of her stupor. She glances over at the locket, resting on the white cloth of the dress. She hesitates, then picks it up. Inside the locket is a single picture, the face of an anime girl with brown hair and amber eyes. Who knows? It could be anyone. Candy flips the locket closed, picks up the sword, and flies off into the horizon. A blurry set of eyes open. The body of a man, racked by pain, is carefully placed. Above the masked faces shout. A bright light shines into an eye. A penlight? The man struggles feebly. We're getting a response. The man can't understand the words. His thoughts are consumed. Welcome to Estalia, gentlemen. What did it mean? Was it a warning? A directive? A hand snaps out and grips the arm of the pastrami paramedic. Gelt. What? You have to get me to Gelt. Consciousness fades. We're losing him. Time passes, though he does not experience it. No eyes are open, but eventually a brassy voice leaks through.
You did well to bring him to me. He is barely alive. Your doctors and surgeons would have no hope of resuscitating him. Gentlemen, I can rebuild him. I have the lore of metal. I have the capability to make the world's first golden man. Steve Harvey will be that man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
The man lapses in and out, waking. A golden glow, a balding man, the ever-present stench of meat. Time is impossible to track. It could have been 5 minutes. It could have been an hour. It could have even been a month. The man floats in the void, but all rest must come to an end. Rise and shine, Master Harvey! Rise and shine! The end! Yay! That was Kyanfiction Chapter 2.